they look us with their corner eye. So, Biafrans, we move. Thank you for coming. We must continue. Our PM is here. Let's go.
Very weak disposition. I need men and women made of steel. Nothing moves you. You continue to push forward, never knowing what it means to retreat. Only forward can you go.
Nigeria, on a daily basis, witness the impunity which is so-called Fulani herdsmen extremists who share an ethnic and religious identity with President Buhari and the Fulani elite, which now dominates all key institutions in Nigeria.
To open an investigation specifically into the wide-scale and systematic killing of the civilian population, and most notably targeting the indigenous people of Biafra.
Clear that now we've put the Biafran issue on the radar screen of the government, of the Biden administration, of Congress.
Ongoing and wide-scale systematic killing of the civilian population, and again specifically targeting the IPOB.
Of weapons being used against Biafrans, but affirmatively supporting an effort to have a independence referendum organized and conducted by the United Nations, as we've done in South Sudan.
They formally open an investigation and look into what we are identifying as a genocide that's being committed by the Nigerian government and extremist Fulanis against the indigenous people of Biafra.
There's been enough of an experience since 1960 to suggest there simply is not a way, given the history of division between the Fulani and the Biafrans, to think that they can coexist under a single sovereign roof.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, fellow Biafrans all over the world. I welcome you to this evening State of the Nation address, emergency one as that. My fellow Biafrans, compatriot living abroad, I want to start by paying tribute to our fallen heroes, heroines, and forebears, and patriots who have sacrificed and dedicated their lives and themselves for our freedom and upcoming independence of Biafra. I also wish to express my deep gratitude to their families and loved ones. Our Biafra liberation movement is to build a nation that is going to be free and democratic. We are fighting to build a nation where the people are its rightful owners, and a nation where freedom, human rights, and the rule of law reign supreme. The liberation of Biafra is not just to reclaim our sovereignty or a territorial or our natural resources, but it is never also to attempt to establish a communist or totalitarian state where freedom and human rights are ignored, like the present Islamic Nigeria. I do not know what system of government they practice there in Nigeria, but as far as I know, it is not something that anybody in the world should be proud of. And for any country that is having any diplomatic relationship today with Nigeria, or supporting Nigeria, or aiding Nigeria in any way, is aiding their own future doom. They are also aiding and supporting terrorism. And such nation or such country will be doing so at their own advantage at the present time, but not to the long run. So, from the perspective of the whole mankind, the liberation of Biafra movement is universal and a just cause that must be done for us to have a better and sane society. Even after regaining the independence of Biafra and making sure we regain our sovereignty and liberating our people from Nigeria, our independence and liberation movement will still go on, because we will fight to defend our nation's freedom against Islamic State aggression. With the value of democracy in place in Biafra, we will achieve economic development, industrialization, and democratization. This will put Biafra in the map of a well-developed or developing countries in a matter of years. The Islamization agenda is not just against Biafra people alone. Today, the Biafra liberation movement is gaining more momentum, gaining more popularity, and we are building on rock, which our children and unborn generation will inherit. And they will also inherit in spirit of our independence and this liberation movement. And I call it the Sisu movement of Biafra. Biafra government in exile and the Biafra de facto government with the structure in place, we now envision a global, pivotal Biafra confederate state that will fulfill its role and responsibility in the international community for the freedom, peace, and prosperity of all global citizens. This is very far from what Nigeria represents. In Biafra, we will properly remember those who gave their lives for the liberation of Biafra. We are going to also bring independence to our country that will uphold the universal values. This is very far from what Nigeria represents. We are remembering and honoring them in a right way. And doing this is very vital and essential for our national identity and continuity. Many Nigerian terrorist army who have died in Biafra land, their families are not even aware of it. Nigeria is not a place It's not a country. It is not an entity that you can die for. And if you are today wearing military uniform, wearing police uniform, and you have been sent to Biafra land to kill us, you will die there. It's a promise. This is not 2015. This is not 2016. Neither this is 2017, nor 2018. If you attempt to come to Biafra to commit the genocide that I've committed unchecked for many years, you will die there. My fellow Biafrans, today will be in the history as a day the terrorist chief of defense staff, IGP, and all Nigeria terrorist service chiefs appeared at their green Islamic chamber called the National Assembly, the House of Representatives, to cry how Biafra have defeated them. They accused my humble self, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, of sabotaging security in the East. I do not know what kind of sabotage they are talking about, but I want to inform the world today that Biafra Liberation Army killed those who came to Biafra land to kill our women and children. They killed them, and they will continue to do that till the last day we will stay in Nigeria. The sabotage the Prime Minister of Biafra have done against the Nigeria terrorist state is that I rose up to defend the defenseless. I rose up to speak and give voice to the voiceless. I rose up to say enough is enough. You have killed enough and somebody have to do something. That is the sabotage they are talking about. The sabotage that the terrorist Nigeria army we are talking about today is that Simon Ekpa rose up to stop the Islamization of Biafrans, to stop the expansion of the Islamic State in the eastern region of Nigeria. That is the sabotage they are talking about. And if that is what they know to be sabotage, I will be sabotaging them 100 times a week, 200 times a day, 300 times a week, as long as we continue to remain and fight for our freedom from Nigeria. This particular sabotage is globally acceptable. Biafra people, it will continue to be that the Biafra Liberation Army will fight to defend the defenseless children, innocent children and women that are dying every day in the hand of the Nigeria terrorist army. And this particular self-defense will continue to be activated in the entire Biafra territory. The wise decision we have made in the Biafra government in exile is to build unbreakable security structure. And now the process of building a liberal democracy in the de facto government is a de facto government, as well as alliances and the hard work of our people, have enabled the Biafra government in exile to achieve a phenomenal success we see today. As you see them crying today at National Assembly, when we tell you a lot is going on, you can understand what it means. Biafrans all over the world, this evening, I am very privileged to address you. Our target as a nation is to escape from the horrendous poverty and deprivation inflicted on us by the Nigeria state and Britain. Today, they have increased the poverty by demolition or the demolition of the Biafra properties in Lagos. This demolition is not stopping anytime soon. In case, for those of you who are staying in different parts of Lagos thinking it is not coming to you, the target is to crush the economy of the Biafra people. We have been there before. we will overcome again. For you to overcome as a Biafran in Lagos, you must listen and obey the directive coming from the Biafra Republic government in exile. And that directive says, relocate your businesses back to Biafra land, where your security will be guaranteed, irrespective of whatever we are doing to make sure we evict Nigeria and delegitimize Nigeria within Biafra land. It is not about you. The reason we are fighting today is to make Biafra land a safer place for you and your children. Like I said, this demolition going on in Lagos is not going to stop anytime soon. So we continue to call on Biafrans in Lagos to start to relocate back to Biafra land, where your security of life and properties will be guaranteed. The stark difference between the Biafra Republic government in exile of today that opted for armed struggle. I said the difference between the Biafra Republic government in exile today that opted for armed struggle in self-defense and pursue the liberation of the Biafra people from Nigeria and other Nigeria political pressure group called IPOB Nigeria that choose to support Nigeria during election, and they even have a candidate. In each election, this IPOB Nigeria support a candidate in every election. After their candidate has lost monumentally, they will come back to start shouting Biafra. The difference could not be any clearer than what happened in the entire 2023 electoral process. Nonetheless, still rampant are the ignorant anti-Biafra that blindly follows this IPOB Nigeria, who are now copying our system they know nothing about. When you are not educated, when you are not learned, when you did not study for your exam, you go to the exam hall to start copying somebody. When the person knows exactly what he or she is writing, you are copying. You do not know the source, you do not know how he arrived at whatever he or she is writing, and you copy. You are copying to failure. Why we are doing what we are doing today, they know nothing about it. Yet, they copy whatever we do. They distort fact and public opinion for the interest of Nigeria. Not for the interest of Biafra, but for the interest of Nigeria. They distort fact and public opinions. And then also, they disrupt our society through their manipulative propaganda. I want Biafra people to understand that the level the Biafra liberation is now, it has never attained this level in the history of Biafra since after the war. In a divided nation, the confrontation between the liberal democracy, which is what we, the Biafra Republic government in exile, and the Biafra de facto government are bringing to the Biafra people, and the idiot, like the IPOB Nigeria, the illiterate. What the difference is the reality you see today. And the activities of those anti-Biafra group are likely to persist for a while, but will disappear soonest before our self-referendum. Do not give a supporting hand to anything that will delay and disrupt the template we are using for the restoration and independent state of Biafra. By giving a voice or giving your channel or your platform for idiotic people who knows nothing about freedom fighting. As the Nigerian government uses them to attack our associates, also to use them to attack our societies, alliances, they take full advantage of the corrupt entity to enrich themselves. While Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the DSS dungeon, that is the way they survive. You must not aid, abet the atrocities that they are committing in Biafra land. The IPOB Nigeria have always disguised themselves as Biafra activists, human rights advocates, or a progressive activist, while engaging in a very despicable and unethical tactics and false propaganda. Their target is to drive the interest of the Nigeria representative in Biafra territory. We must never succumb to the forces of the terrorist Nigeria state, tyrannic and economics, the totalitarianism. We must not also be deceived by those who follow and serve them. The tyrannic communists of the Nigeria state must not be supported in any way. At this particular critical juncture, having faith is of utmost importance. Fellow friends, I call you today to increase your faith in the Biafra Republic government in exile and the Biafra de facto government. We must stand united in the spirit of solidarity with an enduring conviction that freedom and democracy will always prevail. Since I took office as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, my administration has vigorously sought cooperation on security and cutting-edge technology with countries, groups, organizations that share universal value of freedom, human rights, and the rule of law. Share the same value with us. On Biafra Ambazonia Helsinki Declaration, as partners that cooperate on security and the economy of the both nations, Biafra and Ambazonia will be able to jointly contribute to peace and prosperity across the globe, while collaborating and exchanging in a future-oriented manner. Notably, the significance of Biafra Ambazonia Helsinki Declaration, the bilateral or security cooperation, is increasingly growing on the Bakassi Peninsula and in the entire region. As you can see today, the presence of the Biafra forces, especially the naval wing of the Biafra, is increasing, like I've assured Biafrans a few weeks ago, that we are going to increase the presence of the Biafra forces in Bakassi Peninsula in order to fundamentally lock Nigeria and Cameroon, lock the genocide that these two evil countries are committing against both countries. The Confederate State of Biafra and Ambazonia must closely cooperate on reconnaissances, assets, and share both Cameroon and Nigeria Terrorist Army and other forces data in real time. In real time, to be able to tackle and deal with them whenever necessary. With the renewed Cameroon invasion of Bakassi Peninsula, which has triggered an automatic and immediate intervention and retaliation by the Biafra forces, as we have seen and read in the news a few days now. The Biafra naval is sufficiently equipped with necessary land and sea capabilities to engage the terrorists coming from the Cameroon. My fellow Biafrans, since my inauguration, the government of the Biafra Republic government in exile has been working tirelessly to protect our territory, defend our women and our children, and also to evict the Nigeria Terrorist Army from Biafra land. That particular move and operation is yielding a very tremendous result. As you can see today, they have been hiding it. They hide it from the media. They never reported what is going on, the war between Biafra and Nigeria. This will continue until the declaration of Biafra. The journey of the Confederate State of Biafra has just begun. It is a quest for freedom that will bring us not only freedom, but also peace and prosperity. We should now embrace our historic mandate, contributing with responsibility to the freedom, peace, and prosperity of the citizens around the world when Biafra has been achieved. To fulfill this and fulfill this calling, the journey we have embarked on long ago in search of freedom must. We are no longer alone in our journey. My fellow Biafrans, our friends and partners from all over the world stand with us and support us. As a Biafran citizen, I am proud of you all, very, very proud of all of you, those who have contributed financially, those who have brought ideas, those who have invested their time, those who have done a lot, including putting their life online. I am very proud of all of you, and I am proud of us, because we, BIAFRANS, came all the way together, both in times of hardship and in time of glory. We are pushing forward together in search of our freedom that will bring peace and tranquility to our people. We will push until the end. Today, I want to present to you just a few minutes video of what transpired with the terrorist state as the terrorist security chiefs as they visited their green chamber. The Nigeria Television Authority deliberately did not allow the video while they were making this report. So you see the fear and the defeat in their faces. They cut the video. They didn't allow you who call yourself Nigerians to listen to their idiotic and moronic chief of security staff or whatever they call themselves, garnishing, talking rubbish in the name of calling for Finland. Did they tell them that Finland support terrorists? Did they tell them that Finland support crimes? What I'm doing is something I am protected under international law. And I will continue to fight because I know that what I'm doing is right. To make sure that my people are not butchered. To make sure that our women and children are not killed like before. And this will continue until I will pronounce the redeclaration of the Biafra independence. And it is going to happen in all of them in their lifetime. For those who have gone to the Biafra land and they will survive, they will be alive to hear the redeclaration of Biafra. Now watch. They deliberately cut the video. They couldn't allow you to watch how this idiot, how this terrorist in uniform, how this rehabilitated terrorist, and those who are swear oath of allegiance to the Boko Haram and ISWAP, how they were crying inside National Assembly. And they are not ashamed to be calling Simon Ekpa. These are the people who you put your security and life in their hand. Criminals. All the security chief in the 102.
The Speaker, House of Representatives, Deputy Speaker,
as a failed people,
leadership of the House, members of the House of Representatives, I stand before you this morning with the greatest respect and honor to this hallowed chamber. My name is General Christopher Gwabin Musa, the Chief of Defense Staff, Armed Forces of Nigeria. By the virtue of my appointment, I coordinate the activities of the armed forces together with all security agencies. Let me start by firstly appreciating God Almighty for the opportunity to be here this morning, for also appreciating the House for giving us the opportunity to be here. I wish to also state that we, on behalf of the security forces, regret the incidents of last week that we're not able to be here in person. It was not on purpose, it was not personal. Basically, because of the challenges we're having most of us were not available, and that's why we felt it was, since the date had been fixed, the chiefs of operations should attend. But we have taken correction, and we assure you of our dedication, commitment to service, and to the greatest respect to this hallowed chamber, that we know the relevance and the importance of the House of Reps. Your success is our success, and we will not ever take that for granted. I want to thank you very much for this opportunity, sir.
That is the end of what NTA posted to their fellow Nigerians to watch. Does it make any sense? They came to report, they came to brief the National Assembly, and all they could do is the apology coming from the illiterate terrorist. Now, fellow Biafrans, I want to assure you that the Biafra Republic government in exile is in charge of Biafra territory. Our people love us, will enjoy their loyalty, because Biafra Republic government in exile is the only legitimate government they know. What these people do to our land and to our women and children is to come to kill them. People that committed no crime, people that doesn't even know anything about the agitation. They come, they kill them with AK-47 in order to instill fear and terror on our people. Of course, that doesn't go back each time they do this. Most of our times, we get them down. The promise that we are making to Biafra people today is that any place going forward where any kid, any children, or most of our children are killed, the state will be visited with heavy consequences. Be it in Imo State, be it in Anambra, be it in Ebonyi, be it in Odo Enugu, be it in Cross River, be it in River State, any place where any Biafran is killed by the bullet of the Nigerian terrorist army, Biafrans, the Biafran Liberation Army, the resistance fighters, we will mobilize all fighting group, all forces of Biafra to that state. And the state will be visited with heavy consequences. That is starting from Anambra, where our children, our mother, our young men were killed in Ihiala and Uli, respectively. And it starts from the lockdown, from the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th of December, 2023. Anambra State will be visited with the wrath of Biafra, especially the targeting those who committed this heinous crime against our people. We are going to make sure we bring them down between the 4th and 6th of December. May God bless you, and may God bless Biafra.
Assalamu alaikum. What is Nnamdi Kanu still doing in the DSF's custody? An order has been given from the court to the government that Nnamdi Kanu should be returned back to Kenya and he should be compensated with a sum of 500 million naira, but he is still in their custody. Why? Why? Has Nigeria gotten to a level that we don't have laws any longer? We don't abide by the rules and regulations given to us? If we are to break these rules, oh, what a pity to us. But now, it's for the government to do what is right, but they are not. Instead, discrimination, tribalism, ethnicity has become the order of the day for them. And I don't know what they are putting in the minds of the Southeast and the Northerners. Because we, the Northerners, are the ones being affected. Why? Because the people ruling us are from the North. I blame them. See, there is no way I will blame the Southeast if they think of having their own nation with the way things are going, with the way our governments are taking things in on serious. Let me say it that way. If you're making us look, I never for once loved the Southeast. The only thing I had for them then was hatred, but I came to realize that this is not how it's supposed to be. Then let the government do what is right. If an order has been given, a order is an order. Let's abide, let's go by that order. Not bringing in discrimination, bringing our tribalism into our mind. Oh, come on. That is not what we are out for. And that is why we will keep fighting till what we are looking for is achieved. Please, this man.
And when we are saying we want to be free, it is not only Biafra that is going to be free this year. A lot of nations will break. Nigeria is going to break into pieces. And we, the Biafra people, are going to make it possible. I am telling you now, it is not a hidden thing. It is going to happen this year. Those of you who are planning to have election in 2023, which is next month, you are going to fail. We will disappoint you, and you will disappoint. You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we're making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
Okay, BIAFRANS, we don't come to the end of the show for today. We did do in show. So I go say, make we just take one minute, say goodbye to BIAFRANS. So make we start from down, Mazi, or 2 minutes. I want that Betty. You have the mic.
Wow. Hello, BIAFRANS. Sorry I came late. I just came in about couple of minutes ago, and I didn't get all the Prime Minister talked about, but I will take time to go and listen from the beginning.
Exactly.
I say good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all of you, depending on your location. I want to thank God Almighty for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and ask for mercy to be extended to him for his release. And I thank our indomitable Prime Minister, Mmeji Buago Mazi Simon Ekpa, for always being there for us. I thank my comrades, Adadi Orama, I thank you, the wonderful daughter of Biafra. So my people, we have to continue. Ndị Igbo si na agwada arapu ife ọ na-achụ. We have to continue pushing harder, remaining strong, and being focused, very resilient. Because as you know, Biafra is here. Nigeria gugokwa. You know, when I made my program the other time, I reminded us of my conversation with an army friend, you know, Munia Kuloku, nwanne nya or so. Ọ na-asị m na ọ bụ na anyị nwa jisi ike na anyị nụsokwa ndị agha na anyị ga-emeli ife na onwe ezikwa ife dị n'ime fa o. Na nyanwa bụkwa onye amị na ya na-ejewakwa ejewa na ya ga-apụ na onwe ezikwa ife dị na Naija, mana ife afa na-eme bụ gra nsi a that naima that na Nigeria agwụgo agwụ. So ọ na-akọwalụ m na ndị Niger ada ekwezi ekponye fa mmadụ ka fa si ekponye fa before. Ọ sị m na ndị ofe mmanụ na fa agwagokwa ụmụ fafa pụta na amị na ndị Biafra ga-egbusikwa fa, and na ndị Benue na fa chọrọzi ịba amị sef. So ife a ka ọ nọ na-agwa m, ọbịa gwa m ebe edobeli ya kịta mana ya gafe apụ na enwetago kpalinya ga-ejije obodo oyibo, you know. So my people, ka anyị jisi na obi ike na anyị egbusigo nya bụ agwọ ka anyị chinye ya, you know. I love you all. I know that you people observed the sit at home yesterday. God will bless all of you. Unu ga-adị ka echi o ndị Biafra, echi ada agwụ agwụ ka ọ dịla unu mma. Many thanks to my comrades. You are all wonderful people. Vam 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 and Battle Cry 247. Great guys. I love you all. Bye bye.
Ndewo. Okay, mekwu we ada dị ọra mma ngwanụ karịa.
Wow. Onwere ọdị news na-adị na-enye m joy. Honestly. Ezigbo ada Biafra, ana m ekene gị ezi nwanne m. Oke ada. Nna ana m ewenyere gị aka elu. I'm very grateful in short. Ị na-make him proud all the time. GCK losing the hope. GCK ezi nwanne m, mmiri ya wụ nke anyị. In short, I'm when no. Ụdị news na-enye m joy, ọ na-agba m ume, ọ nọ ọnọdụ ka onye agụụ na-agụ, ewere ezigbote nne ọ na-ala savụ ọnya, onye fe our prime minister ọbata obie na savụ anyị all the time, especially mụnwa. Onweghị na-atọ m nke anyị na-anụ dat na ndị si na ya anọ ndị na-ebezi akwa, ọ na-enye joy. So Biafrans, in short, ọhụ ntị m kalele nke ụnụ, ọhụ nsọ nna ya na-ekwu, anyị na-anụ ụda ya, honestly, and anyị na-afụkwa n'ebe ọ na-eme. O nwere okwu nna agwa ụnụ na-agwa ụnụ na-agwasi ụnụ ike, o tekata ọka ọ dị njọ ọ dị mma. Ụnụ bi ụnụ aga baa ka ife mere ụmụ Israel, ọkwa ụdị afụfụ anyị na-ata ka ụmụ Israel taa. Egbuka ha, ibi na eche na ha agwụgo. Onye ndị na-achị, ọha nwa na-achị the whole world today. N'obodo na-akpa ike Europe, na-akpa ike America, na-akpa ike ndị Jew. Ọkwa ndị ahụ achọrọ ikpochapụ. Otu a ka ọ ya adị ụmụ Biafra. One day, otu esi anụ afọ ụmụ Israel, ka e esi na-anụ afọ Biafrans na the whole world. In short, ụwa niile ya na-ayọ Biafra bịa n'be anyị. Anyị ajụ. And enwe ụmụ Biafra ya na-ahọkwa ndị ya na-abịa be anyị ahụ, ọnweghị ịchọ ha na-ebata. Onye ọnwụ na anyị nwe anọkọtara anwụcha ya akwụkwọ ma dat na akwụkwọ heaven ka enyere ya, stay heaven. So ụmụ Chukwu okike abịa ma eji m ohere a wee na-ekene my prime minister ọbata obi odogwu. Ana m agwa gị sị na ọbata obi eke o ịbatara everything bie. Anyị nwere olileanya na ihe emere anyị ife anyị chọrọ n'aka gị, and Chineke Chukwu okike abịa ma ya emebizu ya. Werekwa ohere a wee na-ekene not our prime minister, our prime minister na Oblongo ma na-anakịta na ada na-akọ ya ọzọ. Ejikwa m ohere a wee na-ekene awa leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, wee na-asị gị awa leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, ebe ọ bụ na obi sie gị ike, nwa gị nwoke nọ n'ọlụ, nwa nke ihe ha handed over, nwa nke isisi ga-enya ntị na ọ na-ewele this movement to another dimension. In short, ụsọ obere dimension nọ nke ama m nke mma akpọzi nke a. Ọ nọchie nwa gị nọ n'ọlụ, mgbe ọhụrụ na ịpụtara ihe adị proud si yes na enwere m nwa. Isi na ị chọrọ 100 men, ọsọ ugwu were 50 na ugwu were na 50 nọ n'ime ihe. In short, o gosiri nkarịa 50, ọ karịrị 100. Wee na-ekene our angels, because ana m akpọfa amị, then na-akpọfa angel. Chineke wepụtara anyị from nowhere. Ndị were ndụ ha dị na-aya ihe ọma niile dị n'elu ụwa wee sị ndụ m enye m efu iji wee zọpụta ụmụnne m. Ada ha na-emekwenye na-eme ike anyị proud. Ọ dụghị izi. Ụmụ Chineke jisi n'ike our angel Biafran Liberation Army. Ife niile wepụtara onwe ha sacrifice onwe fa ife gbasara nwere onwe ụmụ Biafra. Ndị alị na ụmụ Biafra na-emetụ n'ime obi. Asị Chukwu okike abịa ma goziere m ụnụ. Mana na to go na ada no ya now. Na mmụọ na so na anụ ya mmadụ so na anụ ya aja na so na anụ ya ndị mbụ na ndị egede dola na Biafra so na anụ ya wọ ihe niile nwụ na kwashi ọkụ ihe niile nwụ na Biafra nwụọ all the spirit so na anụ ya wọ ụmụ Chineke ji sie na ike na mmeri ya awụ nke unu na-emeri onwunata ife ya eme unu okwu ndị ọjọọ jiri bịa kafa okwu fa jiri ha ji iru wee bịawụ ndị ọjọọ azụ ka ha ya eji were na ọkwa na ha ji nwa azụ na ahụ aga enwere ike ma afọ na anya ma wụrụ sie na ana jisi n'ike ụmụ Chineke wee na-ekene my media warriors gịnị gịnị my media warriors ana m ebunye n'ụlọ aka ọkwa unu nwa aka gịnị anyị nwere ndị odogwu n'ọkwa na unu nwawa ibe niile eji ekwu because na asị na-ejebe media warriors esore ma na-ebidobe because na asị na ihe niile a na-ekwu media warriors na-ekwuye nke unu ekwuru onyekwere ya ekwu jisi n'ike ụmụ Chineke mmeri ya ahụ nke anyị one day na anyị akwa iko kpam otu aka anyị esi na-akụ iko a na-asị kụrụ anyị na-akụ ya iko
anyị akụ iko ọ fụrụ anyị akụ
ọwa mba ịma na Igbo
247 gbara ọkwa ọgwụ gị nwụọ ọ bụrụ na iko nke ahụ ị na-akwa
ihe mmọnwụ na-asụ ndadị na anyị ji akwata iko iru iko anyị ji akwa ya like this anyị a na-akwara iko nkwụ na-aṅụ akwa anya koi a na-akwa ya ṅụọ wee kene Chukwu okike abịa nke awọzi na awọzi na Zoom nke awọzi na social media no face to face na Biafra land anyị wee chinyere Chineke anyị akenesi anya ndo otu aka ọ dị and mmeri ya werele nke anyị ụmụ Biafra ndị na Biafra land ana m ekene unu niile na sacrifice because na ọrụ unu nwa n'isi unu ka ihe niile a na-ada onwe ebe dị nya awụwa ma ọ na-atagbuo n'onwe unu n'afọ mana jisie n'ike dị very careful before 6 o'clock onye ọ na-anọrọ na bie amazi n'ụzọ ụtụtụ anazi na late biko na-eji Chineke ayọ ụmụ Biafra niile dị na Biafra land ife ọnwụ na ị nọ n'eze ma ọ na-akụ 5 o'clock make sure na ị nọ n'ụzọ ị na-be gị and ịmakwa n'ụzọ ụtụtụ biko kwụsị na ya wee na-ekenekwu na sit at home unu na-eme n'afọ our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu because na ya enwenataghị ike icheza our leader never in this world anyị echeza our leader biko na ụmụ Chineke jisi n'ike mmejede ebe a ụmụnne m jisi n'ike mmeri ya ahụ nke anyị ndeweno
ndewo. Okay, battle cry, we don't come for your share. Rap, we don't come for them. Okay, battle cry, we don't come for your share.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, everyone who is listening and who is commenting. And I want to thank Adade Orama for her wonderful delivery. It's one on time of encouraging words. And I said, wherever you dig out this knowledge of this encouragement, may Chukwu Kabama continue to multiply you and bless you. So, Biafrans, we have seen it. There is an adage from where we came from that said that what you put on your risk, you do not use touch to flash to see it. So if on the other hand, we have heard how the zoo army has been lamenting and crying just for only one man who said that he has 50 men inside him. That our leader should go and look for the rest of other 50 men. You can see what a man is doing, and the entire country is crying. Who call themselves they are giant of Africa, whereas it's elements of terrorism that is full of their heart and their brain. The chief defense is crying, chief army officer is crying, navy is crying, only for one man. You see,
There is another adage that says, from where we came from, that when an army or a warrior is wrestling or fighting and hitting his hand on the chest, that is telling the spirit or the gods where his power is. Na dike na-alụ ọgụ na-akụ aka n'obi ya, ọ na-agwa ndị mmụọ ebe ike ya dị. So the zoo army are crying and chasing their hands on their chests, exposing their weakness, exposing their secret to us, that they have fought this war with the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile, that he has been sabotaging their own effort. Upon all their techniques and all their military hardware they are using to unleash Biafra to kill them, still someone is in diaspora and defeating them, strategizing his own international military experience to defeat this terrorist state. So we have to give him a kudos that he has done so well, because if he has not done so well, there's no way they can talk about him. So they are talking about him because he's a legend. He's doing the needful to protect the land and to thwart every secret they are doing behind the scene. So our Prime Minister, wherever you are, continue to do the diligent work, continue to press on, continue to do what they don't think in their imagination to perform. And the Biafrans are loyal to you, to obey any order you are giving from your office there in Finland. And we are here in media and telling you that we are behind you, everything you are doing. May Chukwu continue to bless you and bless our leader, strengthen him. Ndewo.
Ndewo, bam bam bam, ngwanodoha.
Mmeri bụ nke anyị na mbido, mmeri bụ nke anyị na njedebe, mmeri bụ nke anyị na mbido,
mmeri bụ nke anyị na njedebe,
mmeri bụ nke anyị na mbido, mmeri bụ nke anyị na njedebe,
mmeri bụ nke anyị na mbido, mmeri bụ nke anyị
na njedebe.
Ọ gịnị?
Akwa ofu onye a na-asị ọwa ekpere ma ofu onye a na-asị ọ nobody. That thing in Finland.
That thing in Finland.
The whole of the zoo, including their army, they have been defeated. Defeated. Somebody from today send them mama kana ndị zoo enwerozi ego. That is ị gaa na bank ka ị were ego gị kwa ahụ. A na-asị gị ị chọrọ 100,000, asị gị na 20 ka a ga-enye gị. Zoo etipiago ka ndị tipịara ha Biafra Republic Government in Exile. Simon Ekpa.
Lead by that thing in Finland.
That thing. So
that boy, the little man in Finland.
Ibu onye Biafra ka na-ege ntị ndị IPOB Nigeria. Akwifa kpọrọ ha IPOB Nigeria. So that means IPOB was nke ndị Nigeria. Ọ bụrụ na ịbụ onye Biafra, ị ka na-ege ndị IPOB Nigeria ntị, nakwa ka itipịara ka ndị Nigeria.
Exactly.
So the bottom line is that we are on the winning ways and we are going home. We are going home. We are going home. Maka ndị na-ajụ ibe ihe na-atọ m ọchị. Enwere ya pụtasị, he said he will restore Biafra in 2023. How far? But he got on their channel. Every day, update channel, update Prime Minister. Somebody said this. Someone got their own update too. They don't have any updates.
Hana Simon ko wetra ha update.
Okay,
Simon on agbara ha touch.
Ezibotara agbara ha touch.
Father, update go. Abuda Simon ekwuru okwu. Favor any updates. And at the same time, Hanasia, he said you will restore Biafra 2023. Ubokoko. I don't have much to say. Our Prime Minister have already said it. if Nigeria army can be afraid and they are backing out and they are running away, if our prime minister tell you that there is total lockdown in Anambra State, you better listen. You better listen. Dabi has said the Kabia way na tojo. Give a boy Biafra. I say gini gana no. Makana fa abu dabi ha na choha kai wude ha kai tobusie ha. Makana na la Biafra ba ka ga no wo. And then a garaputiro. If you come out, you are on your own. So that lockdown, 4th, 5th, and 6th, put it down, write it down on your calendar, save it on your phone. It is for your own good. Thank you very much, my beloved comrade, Mazugo. Thank you very much.
Because Mazugo, when we continue just one, when we continue just one minute.
Ngwano.
Because Muchukwu okike abịa ma ịma na ndị baịs na ife kwụwa ife akwụdebie. Na our land na ndị amị na-agba ọsọ today that na ọba now na Biafran government in exile nyelefia mere ha nwee ihe eji echekwa obodo through na enyemaka ndị na-eweta fundraising. Na ndị amị Nigeria na-agba ọsọ today will because of na enyenwuru ndị amị Biafran Liberation Army ihe eji eche obodo. Freedom na when mgbe freedom ji wuru free of charge. Ego ka eji achọ freedom. And now ego mere o ji wee dịrị possible. So when na-ayọ onye ọwụna. Ọwụna nọ ya isorobe n'ife a na-eme ịma na oyi efi ego. Ọka mma na ịbata register your name. Ọka mma na ịbata make your name so na that dictionary ndị wetere Biafra. Ọka mma that na itiri aka n'obi si yes. Eso wee mee ọ dịrị possible. Achọ nke iti aka n'obi si yes. That na short na sacrifice them for our freedom. Ekwene ka ọ wụrụ gị ife akụkọ. Ekwene ka ị nọrọ na beg like this na mgbe oyi elu a na-akpa afa ndị mmele eji wee nweta Biafra. After your name that place. Come and register your name. By participate for you with your fund. Ego no iji. All 5 euro. Any amount. Add not share my yada marker. Any amount. Malama that no 5 euro key with it. Mana that 5 euro I'm going to feed. Only the mother na bo mother ton me. Ndi na-echela ayo. So iji go say that no nwere ego dị obele. Biko n'ụmụ Chineke. Onye ọ na binye, onye ọ na pụta. If not, he regret. And the more I like he regret here. Achọ nke iti aka n'obi si yes. Nna chinye aka enu si yes. I made it. Gụnwa na onwe ga-achinkwa aka enu si yes. Na-eso m na ndị jere ya wije. Eso na ndị meli enu. Ine na ụmụ gị anyị na-ekweni si yes. Na my sacrifice na afro m urie. So biko na onye ọ na binye. Every Saturday ka ije eme fund. And the Saturday, mbọsị eme fundraising bịa. Enwe na seat, je na the seat. Donate any amount on inwe. Iji we support our Biafran Liberation Army. Iji we support all the arms. Ndị bu egbe, ndị pụtara na ndị sacrifice their life. Mmadụ sacrifice ndụ ya. Or iwepụtazi ego gị. Uye ya esiri gị ike. Mana mmadụ tinyere ndụ ya. Ndụ nke onwe. Ofu ndụ adịrọ ebuo mana mmadụ tinyere n'ihu mụnwa na gị nwa na ụmụ anyị. Biko when you would sacrificing key and you that money. Woputia. Una anazi n'azụ na ya elu n'ebe anyị na-eje. Ekene m unu ụmụ Chineke. Biko na onye ọna jisi n'ike. Thank you. 247, thank you for this 1 minute.
Ndewo Mazi Shuksi, you are in ya ka foto gị ka anyị na-ahụ. King David, you there there? Okay, ụmụ Biafra, ọ bụ unu furu otu our PM si ayọrọ egwu ya. Anyị niile ga-amụta ịyọrọ egwu. Otu ọbụla ọ dị. Are you there, Shuks? Okay, we must learn to be celebrating everything. We must learn to celebrate at all times. You see, our Prime Minister, they said they are going to kidnap him. He is still dancing, drinking, marrying. The day they say they have sent assassins to remove it, now that day he called the dance better. And he told you, don't worry, whenever we get to that mountain bridge, we will cross it. You see, they are fallen one by one. They are confessing. In case you know you don't understand the statement is that we, the army officers, are tired. Go and they meet Finland so that they will beg Simon Ekpa to give us solution of dialogue. That is just the conclusion. If you have not been supporting, stay there now. Don't worry. You will beg to support, like our PM said before. Nobody will take your money from you. You still have the chance to make it up now. Join us. Let us bring this Biafra. We no go regret any single thing. I promise you. We must continue. Any way you dey, anyhow you dey, join us together. Let us bring this Biafra. This Biafra is not my Biafra. It's not Simon Ekpa Biafra. It's not any other person Biafra, but our own Biafra. Our own Biafra. Naimi be. So we must bring this Biafra. I'm coming. Go close that door for me. So we must all fight to bring this Biafra, no matter what happens, no matter how it happens. So I will say once again, any way you are, anyhow you are, thank you so much this night as we go. We go see tomorrow. We know they go finish. We are always here. So I will say etuale or atuale to every good Biafran as we move. Make our Prime Minister the dance this in music for us as we the waka they go. Making the dance am.